So this movie is a 2 hours 50-minute video, and I had already completed an hour from this movie. And believe you me, it felt dragged. It felt like they were using a particular character to prolong this movie. This movie supposed to have been shot within an hour and few minutes because there was nothing really unique about it. Okay, it's the regular story of women being taken advantage of, yeah. And there's been a lot of hype about this one. Watching this movie and seeing comments about this one, I began to ask myself if it was the same movie I watched because I couldn't relate. I couldn't relate one bit. So guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to give my honest review about the film Embers of Love. It's an Uche Montana's production showing on Uche Montana's TV on YouTube, directed by Ben Cassie. The movie cast the actors Chike Daniels, Uche Montana, Onyiin Alex, Seun Ajayi, Ada Uli, and many others. So the movie tells the story of an uneducated local girl who trained her boyfriend through university. After completing his degree, he got a job in a reputable company as a driver, and then he falls in love with his boss. And along the line, he found out that he wasn't working for him, his emotions were being toyed with, and he found himself in a position whereby he needed to choose between these two women in his life who loved him so much, thereby causing them heartbreak. So that's about the movie Embers of Love. So we have the character Chinedu, played by Chike Daniels. I would say this, I was literally impressed with Chike Daniels' performance in this movie. Yeah, he made his character look so original. I love how he brought life into his character. Like, I literally saw Chike in another light. I haven't really seen him, play this character before, and seeing him portray the character of a poor local guy and how he brought life into his character was really encouraging. Yeah, so he was the guy that literally was trained by his girlfriend and got entangled with another lady, his boss, who was classy, rich, and beautiful, way more advanced than his original girlfriend, who actually trained him through university, provided for him, like gave him shelter and food. Yeah, so typical of this kind of men, they tend to forget where they actually come from, who literally made them who they are, who had really taken care of them when they were really, really at their lowest. And then when they see something that's very attractive, beautiful, they tend to just jump at that and they think they're making the right decision. But thank goodness that Chinedu was actually able to use his heart and his head to know where he was coming from and do the right thing, because that was literally the highlight. From the fact that he actually had to go back to his original girl was very much satisfying for me. Yeah, so his character so far in this movie was really amazing. He did really well. Yeah, Shadi as a character was played by Onyiin Alex. Yes, she played the character of the uneducated local girl who was so much in love with her achievable. So, from Onyiin Alex, it was a beautiful performance. The fact that she could give that emotions in the movie, yeah, I felt the emotions, especially when Chinedu broke her heart, and then when it came back to her, the emotion was there. It was beautiful, it was visible. Yeah, and I think what literally did not work for me in her character was the character where she had to give this Yoruba tongue. It wasn't really giving that good Yoruba energy. Okay, I didn't really see. I still felt like she was even mixing it with Igbo accents. She's a typical Igbo girl and she knows how to act that Igbo character so well. So at the point, I felt like she was even kind of mixing the two, the Yoruba accent and the Igbo accent. But aside that, the character she played with Chike Daniel was beautiful. Yeah, and the whole emotional part was quite amazing. Yeah, I love the fact that she could make we the viewers connect to her. Yeah, we're connected, and she brought out the best in her character, and it was a good one for me. So we also have the character Jessica, played by Uche Montana. So she was a very rich, sophisticated, classy lady that literally fell in love with her driver. What really made me love this character so well was the way she really portrayed the classy, sophisticated, rich girls attitude well. It was beautiful coming from Uche Montana. She did it so well. You see the body language, the eye contact, the facial expression. Coming from Uche Montana, I actually knew she would deliver that role so well. That's literally Uche Montana's specialty. She's literally great at acting this classy, posh character, and I actually see her as a very classy person. So she would definitely, perform great in such character. So I would have preferred if, would have seen her in another light. That would have brought a different energy, a different spark into the movie, seeing her act as the local girl, because we are literally so familiar with Uche Montana as this high class big girl. So, seeing her act in a different role entirely, where she has to be local, would have been literally more, refreshing. Yeah. What I liked about this movie was the acting. Yeah, the actors really came prepared. They brought in their A game and they gave a very beautiful performance in this movie. It was so good. Performance for me is everything. I love how the actors really carried their roles to heart and brought out the life in the movie. Another thing I loved about this movie was the location. Yeah, I love the location of the movie. I love the fact that we had to see local areas to portray the real local character in this movie, and it was beautiful. The movie actually did greatly in the location area. Yeah, so I also loved the soundtrack. Yeah, the soundtrack was amazing. It was pleasant to the ears, and it gave the movie meaning. Yeah. So one thing I really found so interesting about this movie was the fact that we were put in suspense. Okay, we were put in the hot seat. It was quite difficult at the point to predict who Chike Daniels would actually go for, if it was Montana or if it was only Alex, because it was literally so hard to predict who would actually be his interest. And it was amazing. What I did not like about the movie was the fact that the movie lacked chemistry. There was zero chemistry, no chemistry between the actors at all. Chike Daniels and Oyin Alex had no chemistry. Yeah, they're good actors. They could do their roles so well. They could deliver a very great acting, but the chemistry between them was zero. And as well, we have Chike Daniels and Uche Montana. Like, I was literally surprised that I felt nothing, zero chemistry as well. And these are actors that literally act together, and I so much love their chemistry. But this time around, it was just zero, entirely zero. All right. So, what I did like about the movie again was the fact that it was dragged. They used a particular or few characters in this movie to literally prolong and drag the movie, because everything that would have been done in this movie would have been done in less than 2 hours. Okay, so prolonging the movie and making the movie look empty for straight 1 hour was just really unnecessary. Okay, so that's about that. Okay, I'm going to rate this movie a 5 over 10, simply because the acting was so good and the storyline very relatable. So I'm going to be reading a particular commenter's comment that said something about this movie that I found really interesting. So the person said, I think it's a relatable storyline. Men always want to take advantage of women, and it's a day to day thing that happens. That's why people are hyping it. But the connection between both actors and actresses were too boring, and it would have been best if Montana played Oy Alex role. So this person literally had my view on this movie, and I love the points where he or she stated that the movie is hyped because of it's a day-to-day thing that happens. Yes, so people love to see when you tell reality things that are happening. That's the joy. That's what people want to see. What they want to learn from. Okay, it's really educative. Yeah, we've heard stories of how women are being taken advantage of by men and vice versa. Okay, these happens both for men, both for women. Men also are being taken advantage of. So a lot of people actually found this movie super interesting because of the content of the movie. Yeah, so that's about that. So guys, thank you so very much. If you haven't seen Embers of Love, go to Uche Montana's TV on YouTube and watch this movie. Please do also like, share, and subscribe to the channel at Substance TV. See you guys in my next video. Until then, stay splendid.